gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
Yo, what's good, BGZ? Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pocket.
Y'all killing me with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more
shit
do
off.
you want from me?
Hamilton Avenue near Fair Park, a piece of yellow crime tape remains a reminder of a senseless shooting that happened here on Monday night.
I'm gonna miss my niece. I'm gonna miss my niece.
21-year-old Asia Womack was shot and killed on this street. The James Madison High School grad, seen in the green cap and gown in this photo, was walking a few blocks from her home.
Wow. And I told you guys in the community, anybody can get it. Women, children. It's open season. And it's sad because it's almost like there's nothing being done about it. A lot of these guys who are committing these heinous murders have been let out multiple times within the past couple of years. So there are a lot of issues going on that are not being spoken about. And it's just tragic that we have to see this continue. And nobody's really saying anything about it. I'm doing what I can, but honestly, doesn't look like the message is getting out there.
Family members believe Womack was killed by someone she knew over a dispute after a basketball game.
He needs to pay for what he did because that was senseless, that was uncalled for.
Grieving family members are gathering to comfort one another, but it's painful.
Oh, because it's my oldest
Take a deep breath.
It's also tough for community members like Billy Smith and Joe Johnson.
That's hard there. I hate to see people take young kids' lives like that.
They say a sense of...
Yeah, and they don't care. They don't care. Hopefully, they're able to bring this guy in. I believe they already got him. And nail him, man. This is Dallas. Texas was known at one point for not playing when it comes to, murders especially, but they've gotten a lot more lax. They've gotten a lot more soft as time has gone on. And you'd be surprised. A lot of people think that, oh, if I do something in Texas, I'm going to get fried. And it's not necessarily the case anymore.
Security is shaken after crimes like this so close to home.
It's just hard to me. I've lost my son in the same situations.
The investigation into Womack's killing is happening as police and neighbors in communities across North Texas are preparing to gather for national...
But think about that, though. Think about, the mother here. We don't know if she became a grandma. She might have had other kids. But she says she lost her son in the same way. You got generations losing their kids to these super gremlins on demon time. It's ridiculous.
I've lost my son in the same situation.
The investigation into Womack's killing is happening as police and neighbors in communities across North Texas are preparing to gather for National Night Out events Tuesday night.
This was a time of the year where people can interact and communicate with us in ways that they weren't used to.
Lieutenant Brad Ricketts is with Mesquite Police. He says National Night Out aims to bring officers and neighbors together under positive circumstances.
We have several events at churches, and some are at cul-de-sacs, some are at playgrounds.
See, the police, they're trying to do what they can. Unfortunately, the attitude towards police is still in the same condition, if not worse, than it was in 2020. And the only people who are really saying, oh, the police need to do their job, are the people who are being affected by these crimes. So it's a it's a doozy, man.
Some police and neighbors are optimistic stronger community relationships.
Let us try to get along and try to love one another.
Here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Quavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
A 21-year-old woman was shot to death allegedly over the results of a basketball game.
The victim's family says the shooter was a friend, but police have not named him publicly as a suspect. The shooting happened.
Wow, so it was over a basketball game. They took this sister out over a basketball game, hooping. I guess that midnight basketball ain't really working out.
Monday evening in the South Dallas area on Hamilton Avenue, not far from Fair Park. Fox 4's Sean Rad reporting live from DPD headquarters tonight. Sean.
Yeah, Steve, police haven't given us the name of a suspect or a motive yet, but Asia Womack's mother tells me the 21-year-old was shot 5 times and killed by a man she had befriended and helped, someone that she called a friend. Hard to understand. Reportedly getting angry over losing a basketball game to a woman and then killing her. And because she was supposedly a friend, even more difficult for this family.
Yeah, man. This dude got so mad over a basketball game that he murked his friend. And she was, you know, she probably was a stud. And, you know, y'all gonna have to start packing too. Y'all gonna have to start packing too. Don't just throw the strap in the backpack. Throw the real strap in the backpack, if you know what I mean. But you're gonna have to be double strapped up because, yo, if you can get clapped by beating a man in a basketball game, which she tall, she has some legs, so I could definitely see her, especially if she played high school ball, I could see her, you know, rocking a guy, but. If you can get X'd out for that, you can get X'd out for anything.
Family to understand.
Asia loved basketball.
Yes, she did.
She loved basketball to the point to where she died doing what she loved. And she shouldn't have died that way.
A mother mourns her murdered daughter. 21-year-old Asia Womack, killed Monday evening after playing basketball at T.G. Terry Park, just up the street from her home, where family gathered, grieving.
This was supposed to be a friend of Asia's. She's eaten with this man, she's fed him, and he turned on her.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, bro. It really is that bad that you can be friends with somebody and they'll just cross you just like that. Just throw the whole friendship away. I mean, this is a real deal issue in the community. We just did the story on Q Money Xing his best friend out. We did another story on YNW Melly Xing two of his best friends out. We don't stay friends in the community. Somebody crosses the other at one point, and you know, it's sad to say.
And killed her in a vicious way.
Womack was a whiz at basketball, playing her high school days at Madison. Monday, family says she was in a pickup game at the park, playing against the guy who is said to have shot her, and she won. The family also says there was trash talk, too.
But this...
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be trash talk. It's basketball, it's sports, but I guess for this dude, it just hit different that she was a woman and beat him. And she probably, you know, if she really played like that, she played high school ball, she probably knows how to trash talk with the best of them. So it's just sad, bro.
This is so senseless. This is so, you become embarrassed, basically.
Yeah, the communities got egg on our faces, man. And I'm saying our because shit, I'm included. We got egg on our face, bro. It's like it's hard to really fight for a cause when the biggest cause we need to be fighting for is internal, or fighting against rather. But it's gonna take, like they saying, policing your own, but really just at least cooperating with authorities at the minimum. But they don't want to do that.
Because a female beat you in basketball.
According to the family, the shooter took his kids and brother home and came back to the park, shooting Asia Womack 5 times.
Wow. And she was probably staying out there putting shots up. That's premeditated. That's first degree, because he thought about it, dropped his kids off, said, I don't want my kids to see this, but I'm finna throw my life away. God, that's wild, bro. That's wild. And to me, this couldn't be his first body. That he gonna kill his friend like that, this couldn't be his first body.
Cameras at this store possibly capturing the car speeding away. We're told detectives took the video.
Detectives are still working the case. No one is in custody at this time. They've been working it since Monday night, trying to find justice for Ms. Womack.
My prayer is that justice be served, that he is found and that he will give up or turn himself in.
If you know where he is, where his whereabouts are, please turn him in. Help the family out. We're hurting.
Y'all heard that. Communitas, speak up. It's time to snitch. It's time to man up and give the guy up. Family's hurting. They asking. They don't have nobody in their family who can spin the block for them. Y'all seen how old those men were who are speaking on this family's behalf. Ain't nobody gonna spin the block for her. This is why I hate when they say, oh, well, let the streets handle it. Bro, the streets can't handle it because she don't got no family members who are like that. So what's she supposed to do now? How's she supposed to get judged?
So homicide detectives are trying to track down this person right now. Listen, Crime Stoppers offering a $5,000 reward if you know where he is for any information leading to arrest and conviction of the man who shot and killed 21-year-old Asia Womack.
All right, Sean Rad, live from Dallas Police Headquarters. Thanks, Sean.
family is facing terrible pain tonight. Police continue to search for a man that family called a friend who's now accused of killing their daughter. And the reason for the shooting might have you shaking your head in disbelief. Steve Pickett reports the killing apparently surrounds losing a basketball game on a playground.
Silence bounced off the backboards of TG Terry Park this afternoon. The basketball court sat empty while a mother and family tried to comprehend an incomprehensible act.
Asia loved basketball.
Yes, she did.
She loved basketball to the point to where she died doing what she loved.
Monday, 21-year-old Asia Womack. She died after being shot multiple times. Police and paramedics found her near Dallas's Fair Park Grocery. But it was here, on the basketball court of Terry Park, Asia Womack played a game against a friend. Police identify that friend as 31-year-old Cameron Hogg. There's an arrest warrant for him now.
She's eaten with this man. She's fed him. And he turned on her and killed her in a vicious way.
The motive for shooting and killing Asia Womack, as illogical as it may sound, the family believes.
Oh, it doesn't have to be logical in the community. That's the thing. It doesn't have to be logical. There is no logic when it comes to this stuff. I mean, he was logical enough to take his kids back home. We got to get him. I mean, let's keep it a buck. The bar is low. We got to give him credit for that. He took his kids back home so they wouldn't be traumatized by that extreme violence. He saved the innocence of his own kids. Still selfish and narcissistic, but these dudes cannot take L's. At one point, it was like you can't tell them to leave somewhere. Now it's like they can't take an L at all. These super gremlins are on demon time.
The suspect didn't like losing a basketball game to Asia and didn't like hearing about it. Police were told Hogg became angry after being teased by Womack after losing the game.
This is so senseless. This is so, you become embarrassed, basically, because a female beat you in basketball.
If you know where he is, where his whereabouts are, please, please turn him in.
Steve Pickett, CBS 11 News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot. By the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video. All right, guys. So this is another demonetized live stream, but as you guys can see, somebody sent me a dub to get a crispy haircut for Crema. They sent me a dub to get a crispy haircut for Crema. Okay, sent me the Cash App and said, "Hey, man, get a haircut." So that's what I went and did yesterday. So I wanted to come on this live stream and see you guys with the crispy haircut that my dope ass subscribers sent me funds to go get. And no, I did not go and get waxed by the barbers who charging $50 a cut. I went to the old heads. I went to the old school barbershop. I sat in there for about 20 minutes while they was conversating and you know, taking the clippers off niggas' heads every 20 seconds to laugh at a joke. And he got me right. He got me right. So I appreciate all you guys who support the channel. Guys, hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App. You know, subscribe to the channel, like the video. This one is very shocking. This one is very, very shocking. So we've got the verdict in for Tory Lanez. We've got the verdict in for Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion's case. And he was found guilty on all charges, guys. I mean, that one really threw me for a loop, because surely I thought that there was reasonable doubt in this case. And there was just so much going on, so many different accounts of what happened that night. Not a lot of real evidence. Okay, you had Tory Lanez DNA to be found inconclusive on the weapon. There was just so much going on. But I think the jury really sealed the deal on that one. You had 7 female jurors and 5 male jurors, and it was in California. And another thing that makes me question, another thing that makes me kind of question this verdict is what the Gascon, the district attorney, posted on Twitter, I believe. Or where did he put? I guess it was just like an official update. But Gascon weighed on this one. George Gascon, or Jorge Gascon, however you want to call it. But he weighed in on this one. And that one really made me question, like, are there ulterior motives with this verdict? But at the end of the day, the jury deliberated and they came up with a decision. And I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Ultimately, Tory Lanez is going to have to be held accountable for his decisions that night, whether he was the one who actually shot Meg, or maybe he was involved in the fight, which there was a witness who basically said that they all were fighting and he was involved in the fight. Got to walk away from those situations. My bad. I meant to share my screen. But yeah, you got to walk away from those situations. So let's go to Mo Gagnat. He's been covering this thing pretty extensively. And I mean, I trust his take on it. Obviously, we all were thinking that it would be not guilty verdict, but you know, that's not how it played out. So let's listen up.
Verdict is in, guilty on all counts. Tory did not react. He stood motionless, staring forward the entire time. They polled the jurors to make sure that what everybody was saying was in fact guilty. They went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 12. Every single person said guilty. Tory was taken into custody, remanded into custody. No bond at this time. Sentencing is set for January 27th. At the end of the proceeding, his father stood up, had an outburst in court. The sheriffs had to remove him. He eventually...
So his pops had an outburst in court, and then they actually filmed him coming out of the courthouse, which we're going to show as well. Pops was not happy with the verdict. He thinks that Rock Nation has something to do with it, which, you know, it's very interesting because Tory Lanez was talking about pressure from Rock Nation to sign a deal. He wanted to remain independent. A lot going on here.
Left on his own volition. He was not arrested. Another gentleman took out his phone, recorded the outburst. That gentleman is currently in front of the judge right now. The judge is, I guess, going to charge him perhaps with violating the rules of the court. Guilty on all 3 counts. Tory Lanez will be sentenced on January 27th. He has been remanded and taken into custody by the Los Angeles sheriff.
So that's an L. That is an L. And the question is, what does this mean? What does this mean for men when you have a case? It's not clear cut. A lot of different accounts. There is a firearm involved. A lot of changing of statements and testimonies. A lot of media coverage as well. You know, I don't think that it was conclusive that Tory Lanez actually shot Meg. I think that because even the witness said that he was shooting in the air and he saw the muzzle flash coming from a woman. So, and then he also said that they all beat Meg up and dragged her across the street and damn near threw her in the lake. But then they just decided to throw her back in the car and pull off. So he described a super violent scene there. And there's obviously wrongdoing on everybody's side. And I think if it wasn't for their initial statements to the police, that there could have been, others charged in this incident. So people are confused. They're like, that's wild. Can he appeal? There's a lot of questions arising through this case. Now, I've always said that I wouldn't put it past him. I've been saying that since the beginning. But then once the case started going through and I started looking at all the inconsistencies, I'm like, because for me, it was like, okay, I wasn't going to put it past him because we all know that he's a rapper and he's in that life. And then he's also had other issues running into the law. He had a little spat with Travis Scott back in the day, which I showed you guys on the last stream. And then he also had an altercation with August Alsina, allegedly, within the past couple of months, I believe. So, he was doing a lot. He was bouncing all over the place. So my initial idea was I didn't put it past him. Then the details of the case started unraveling. And I really thought that he was going to walk. I really thought that he was going to walk. But I do want to shout out some of you guys in here. Panda. Yeah, Panda. Shout out to Panda. He says that shit looking fly, son. Natty Wit, you always looking good. Surf and turf, get a haircut and get a real job. That's what they used to tell me in the 90s. Shasta McNasty, what up, everyone? Merry Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. I've heard of a Bronx jury. What would you call this? Man, I mean, it just seems like it was a very femme-centric jury. Okay, a lot of white knights on the jury because there really was not enough evidence, in my opinion, to convict him. Jay Lou says Merry Christmas to you, BGZM, and all y'all. All right. Jay Lou says all over a horse face, Loach getting a hole put in one of her hooves. Wow. Oh man. Van Lee says this boils down to was Meg and was Kelsey Poom worth it? I don't think so. Yeah, that's right. I mean, and he was kind of bragging online about, oh, I had 2 bitches on me. I had 2 bitches fighting over me. Actually, and Kylie wanted to fuck too at the party. And they're trying to kind of, I mean, there's a lot of people trying to downplay Tory's success, but I mean, Tory was talented. He still is talented as fuck. He can sing and he can rap. He's got bars. Okay. He's got talent. So, women definitely were attracted to him. I knew a lot of bitches who was on Tory Lanez dick, especially during like 2016, 2017. Man, I mean, they was on him. So let's listen up to his next video. He captions it, "How the Cookie Crumbled."
If you watch that trial, you can talk to me about that trial. Certainly, if you're a defense attorney, I can talk to you about that trial. I'll tell you this about that trial. When I heard Kelly's testimony from the defense attorney about the fight between 2 women that went on for several minutes that the big guy had to break up.
Yeah, see, that's a big issue when you have the only eyewitness. In my opinion, his account is the most credible, and the only eyewitness, going along with the DNA evidence, the only eyewitness was pretty much saying that everybody was involved in the fight, but it started with the 2 women. They were fighting over Tory Lanez. And then he never even said that Tory shot Meg. He said he was waving the gun in the air, shooting in the air, trying to break the fight up. So I really don't think there was enough evidence to, find him guilty. Maybe a possession charge for sure, but on the assault charge, man, it's just crazy. I genuinely feel bad for him because I believe that he knows the real story. And this is why, guys, that no snitch shit is bullshit. Y'all need to be, when the police ask you what happened, tell them the truth the first time, bro. Tell them the truth the first time, unless it's going to incriminate yourself. That's what I would say. Honestly, leave out the parts that'll incriminate yourself, but keep it a buck. Like, what really happened? Don't try and brush it over and say, oh, nothing happened, whatever. Nah, bruh. Because that's what ended up getting them in trouble. Everybody lied to the police initially. Nobody came with a consistent statement. I would have just said, yo, you know what I'm saying? They were fighting over me. Boom, boom, bap. Shorty shot the weapon. And that was that. But, oh, man. Very interesting situation here. Or just don't say anything at all, right? Everybody just keep their mouth shut. But that's obviously not what happened.
That the one woman went back to the car, that he saw flash. He saw what looked like the woman shooting into the car. Fireworks into the car. When I heard all that, to me, reasonable doubt was there. That was the pivotal, seminal moment in the courtroom. Then the prosecutor went out there, and the prosecutor and got him to say, or I don't know if the prosecutor said it, but it was the little man shot 4 or 5 times, and he was shooting with his arms outstretched like this. And
so you heard what they said. Little man shot 5 times in the air, shooting with his arms outstretched. I mean, that is reckless. That is reckless because them bullets actually do come down. But at the same time, is it in the direction of Meg? It doesn't seem like it. And apparently from her own testimony, she didn't necessarily know exactly who shot her. Okay, because she didn't see it with her eyes. Van Lee says, what funny is if the night went Tory's way, he would have been with snow bunnies, sent the hood rats packing, and none of this would have occurred. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, shit, man. Just a bad situation.
And everybody's kind of like, wait, what? And you couldn't put the two together. And in my head, I can really put it together. And it was so the defense attorney sort of put it together, but the way it came out to the jury, the way it came out on the transcript, I don't think the jury is able to rectify or see a sequence of events where the shooting starts with the woman and puts something other than an intent on the part of the man to take out and shoot against a woman. And I think that's what this trial came down to. Prayers to Tory's family. I saw reasonable doubt in that trial.
Yeah.
The jury, did they get it right? Did they get it wrong? They reached a verdict, and that's what verdicts are. It's really not about right or wrong. If you watch that trial, you can talk to me about that trial. Certainly, if you're a defense attorney, I can talk to you about that trial. I'll tell you this about that trial. When I heard Kelly's testimony from...
Yeah, man. So that's that. That is that, man. Oof. Definitely took an L on that one. Definitely took an L on that one. Look, man, we just have to accept the verdict and wait for an appeal. But I do want to listen to Tory Lanez's father because he was not playing around, and them boys look just alike. They look just alike too. But I'm telling you guys right now, a lot of the crazy emotional situations, I would say, that you could get yourself in with these women, man, it's not even worth it. Ultimately, I mean, get you a girl who's chill as hell, low maintenance, or hell, get your passports. It's that simple. It's that simple. Okay? It's that simple. So let's listen up to Tory Lanez's father. He's finna start spazzing. He's finna start spazzing. So let's listen.
I just stood here in this Los Angeles County and witnessed the worst miscarriage of justice that this world has ever seen. You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez.
Okay, so guys, he's saying Alex Spiro And that is an American lawyer. Let's see. So just to kind of give you, all right. Okay, so he's actually, Alex Spiro actually worked with 21 Savage on his immigration situation. So, but I mean, as you guys know, that Spiro is small hat. Okay, obviously, I think the name speaks for itself. Or I'm guessing. I can't confirm that, but I'm just gonna go out on a limb. And he's being called out by Tory Lanez father. Also, Desiree Perez. Obviously, I think she worked on the Meek Mill case, whatnot. Now they're talking about suing bloggers as well to get a bag. There's no free speech is dying, guys. Free speech is dying. And Desiree Perez, she had her own situations as well. She's a chief executive officer at Rock Nation, but she's had some situation where she was involved in drug trafficking and she snitched on everybody, whatever. Okay. So that's who Tory Lanez was calling out, or Tory Lanez father was calling out. Let me just show you guys kind of who she is. So here she is right here with Hove, obviously. She posts a lot of Beyonce and Jay-Z stuff. But ultimately, they're pretty much saying that they found him guilty in retaliation to him not signing with Rock Nation. But yeah, she don't even got no damn pictures of herself on her own Instagram. So let me go and find some actual pictures of her. All right. Let's just go here. So this is a Google search. Just to give you guys some context, we like putting a face to the name. We like putting a face to the name. Obviously, she's willing to color outside of the lines. Otherwise, she wouldn't have got caught up in, the scandals that she did. And this is just the reality of the situation. So Tory Lanez family believes that she is directly involved in what happened with the guilty verdict. And who knows? So let me show you guys Alex Spiro. All right. So here he is. Obviously a lawyer that works with Rock Nation. So, I mean, could it be a setup? I mean, Tory Lanez put himself in the situation. I do believe these music industry labels absolutely have ties within the government, and they can make things move and shake, and maybe even be able to get certain jurors on the trial that favor their opinion. But at the end of the day, there was a lot of media coverage on this as well. There's no way that the jurors did not see the coverage, and people were feeling sorry for Meg. And then they were talking about the slut shaming shit and all that. And I think at the end of the day, Meg did a really good job of getting people to feel sorry for her and believe her story, even though she gave inconsistent statements at every turn in this case. So let's keep going.
And the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men. And you're still doing it. The only independent witness in this courtroom
is
a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Taw and Alex Bott.
They met on Saturday before. They met
with our witness. And then the man came back, and I sat in the hallway.
So he's basically saying that the witness, Kelly, met with the prosecutors, and that pretty much sealed the deal, even with his testimony. So that is that's tough. That's tough. And could they have swayed him in any direction? For sure. For sure. But it looks like Tory was not down to join these the industry or sign a deal with Rock Nation. And maybe that's why they are applying pressure on him, because Meg is actually trying to get out of her deal and get on Rock Nation. But there were some conflicts of interest because she was signed to another deal. And I think they're wrapping that up. But at the end of the day, the music industry is very wicked, and they'll do anything to get their way. And what you have to do is not give them fuel. And that's why if you are a musician, you need to be on your P's and Q's, and you need to be making wise decisions. It was an unwise decision for one to to go to that party with two girls that you already smashed, who are going to get jealous if you were going to talk to another woman. You know, it's a damn shame. He should have got his own whip. He should have got his own ride. Honestly, I would have just said, don't come back for me. I'm trying to smash on Kylie. Okay.
While he sat with Jody Little, the prosecutor's investigator, who acted so dumb, an intelligent woman who did not want, listen, I've seen so much evidence buried in this, and I know exactly what the public out here will say. Don't talk. You will say, I say this because I'm a...
He said, don't talk. My man, shut his ass up. Don't talk.
The public out here will say, don't talk.
He said, shut your ass up.
You will say, I say this because I'm a father. See, I am a father of thousands around the world. I'm a father of my kids, but a spiritual father to many. And I don't make stupid allegations because I got nothing better to do. You all have been bartering and trading the souls of young black and brown men in this country. And I'm calling on all the umbrellas. I'm calling on everybody in this country to begin to rise up because your sons have been done dirty.
Yeah, see, Tory Lanez, he shouldn't have touched the gun at all. Guys, when you are dealing with situations that are illegal, you have to understand fingerprinting, DNA, you know, just touching weapons in general that have been used in the commission of a crime is not a good idea. Oh, man.
That's right. That's right. It's not over. It's not over. God does not lose. Never. And even though we have come to this juncture, trust me, you will see that our God does not fail. This is not the I know that this is wickedness. This district attorney, Miss Kathy Tarr, is the same one that witnessed or knew that 5 sheriff's deputies in LA County beat up a Spanish man with the last name Carrillo until the guy was beaten to and passed out. ABC News interviewed that man after Eyewitness News. And he said, I thought I would never be here to see my child born. And I would never been able to be around to see my other child rise up. But I'm telling you, this court system is not for justice. It's about wins and losses, and they do dirty to do whatever they can. I just stood here in this Los Angeles.
All right, so damn, where the comments at? Oh, there we go. They say this how Tory will look once he's released. Damn. He just looked like Tory, wow, his twin. What Jay-Z have to do with it? This is what she don't understand. I might have to agree with what he's saying about Rock Nation. If you know, you know. That's true. What does Jay-Z have to do with it? They don't get it. See, the sisters don't get it at all. Crazy, I'm Team Tory all day. Uh-oh. What makes you think you're not mad and wrong? I might be. Suppose I own the Shade Room. Oh, whatever. Harley the worst, Miss Justice. Apple don't fall far from the tree. Chile. but I still didn't hear him say that his son didn't do it. Dad say y'all effing with his livelihood. He outside loud and wrong. He told dude, don't talk. Yeah. So as you can see, it's a horde of sisters in here who may not have even really followed the evidence of the case, but have made up their minds. I mean, it is what it is. The verdict is in. He was found guilty. Woo! I mean, it was a lot going on that night for sure. And I always said that I don't put it past him, but at the same time, once you see what's going on, what went on in the case, you start to really question the official narrative. Statement on Daystar Peterson, aka Tory Lanez, convicted in shooting. So this is coming from District Attorney George Gascon. I want to start by highlighting the bravery of Megan Pete. You showed incredible courage and vulnerability with your testimony despite repeated and grotesque attacks that you did not deserve. You faced unjust and despicable scrutiny that no woman should ever face, and you have been an inspiration to others across LA County and the nation. Dude, the fact that why is a district attorney speaking on this shit? This is crazy. Women, especially black women, are afraid to report crimes like assault and sexual violence because they are too often not believed. This trial for the second time this month highlighted the numerous ways that our society must do better for women. I'd also like to thank the jurors for their time and thoughtful deliberation, and our trial team for their tireless pursuit of the truth. You spent countless hours away from your families during the holiday season preparing this case and finding justice for Miss Pete. Your sacrifice is appreciated. I mean, wow. That's what he's saying. And obviously, we know what's going on behind the scenes. But that was a bomb that's dropped, man. The district attorney speaks out and he said what he said. He's happy that the verdict came out in the way that it did. He thanked everybody in the process. So, like I said, I genuinely don't think that there was enough evidence for sure. But it is what it is. So what do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? Apparently, his father actually had an outburst in the courtroom as well. And now a video is resurfacing of Tory Lanez. Not a video, but a tweet is resurfacing of a tweet that he posted. He said, "I'm going to leave this here one more time and watch how it ages. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against me in judgment shall be condemned. You sit and watch now, and don't ever question the God I serve. This is my last tweet." So, whew, it is wild, guys. It's wild, man. And the sentiment online, a lot of the women are definitely happy. They're definitely happy that Tory Lanez took the L in this case. Oh, man. I mean, if you follow the trial, guys, it just really didn't seem like there was enough, man. It really didn't. Somebody just tagged me in a tweet. This one's pretty funny. I mean, it just goes to show that, you know, they talk about, oh, well, black women aren't given the benefit of the doubt or believed. I don't believe that. A lot of them just don't really come out and speak out on the shit in general. And it's not because they're not believed. It's because they know that they're finna go back and fuck the nigga. So they don't really want to mess up their dick. I mean, that's really what's going down. If you really want to be honest, like a lot of these chicks are in abusive relationships, but they still love the man and they don't want to put him on papers or nothing like that. And that's how a lot of them end up getting deleted, because they're not doing background checks on the guys they're dealing with. But anyways, let's watch.
Monday, Tuesday.
So the first clip was Meg Thee Stallion with G-Eazy. She was like, he was kissing up on her and shit. And she said they never hooked up. They was just playing, but come on.
Monday, Tuesday.
That was her and Moneybagg Yo. And obviously we know that she smashed Moneybagg Yo.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
I don't really know who that is. I can't see.
Thursday.
So she's with French Montana.
Friday.
Wiz Khalifa smashed as well.
Saturday.
Tory Lanez.
Sunday.
The baby as well. And allegedly, what's that man's name? Ben Simmons, allegedly, but he denied it. But let's see. I mean, I thought that she wasn't that credible. For sure. I really didn't think she was credible. Let's see. So we'll go to what's trending on Twitter. I'm not going to be here too long, guys. Tory Lanez's team chose the slut-shaming Meg is a hoe angle because they knew precisely how black men would react to that info. And predictably, here we are discussing that like that has any relevance to the case whatsoever. It does have relevance because she lied about... See, this is what people try and... This is what people got confused. If she's saying that she didn't sleep with the man, and the whole reason why the fight even happened is because he slept with both of them, then it is relevant to the case. And that's what people kind of don't understand. This guy says, anyways, I hope Tory Lanez goes to jail and Meg goes on vacation, deletes Twitter off her phone, and never sees the disgusting shit y'all are tweeting about her. So I don't really know who this guy is. Meech. Okay. Apparently he is a writer. But yeah, he definitely is not in support of Tory Lanez. She still ain't gonna sleep with you, bro. That's funny. And Tory ain't gonna let you S his D. But for some reason, you still in my comments on your knees. Wow. She won't let you clap, clown, is what people are saying. He needs to go to jail for the 22 years and get deported back to Canada, is what this woman says. She not letting you hit, little bro. Kinda didn't expect these comments. Seems as if she's getting even more hate than before. Like, seriously, it's odd how the reaction is to the guilty verdict. People are supporting her while at the same time called the justice system rigged and that he shouldn't be in jail. Yep, everyone wants justice, just not for black women. So that's what the sisters are feeling like. Stop the black man hate. If he was white, he wouldn't be guilty. I mean, that's interesting. Guys, what do you think about that one? If Tory Lanez was white, would he have been found guilty? It ain't over. You can't even prove he did it with the evidence they provided. It's extremely sad that a man can't even defend a woman without multiple replies saying you just want to sleep with her. So that's what the sentiment on there. That thread is, this entire Megan Tory case should have all taught us an important lesson. Don't give a lame nigga any pussy. Wow. It's actually don't go crazy over dick. Two besties fought over a nigga dick and got so irate they pulled a gun out. And that's facts. That's facts. This is what you took from the situation. They said as if you're not lame too. This guy is going crazy. Wow. So that was what he came up with after all that. Somebody says the whole Megan Tory thing bothers me so much because even if she was lying, why would she name Tory of all people? Mind you, nobody was talking about the leprechaun since Say It dropped. Now all of a sudden people want to listen to his music and hype him up. I don't know about all that, bro. Tory his music been popping. I don't know why people try and keep saying that his music is trash. I mean, he's been dropping some bangers. Let's see. Believe what you want about Megan Tory. That's your prerogative. We all know the truth. But the nastiness I've seen these past 2 weeks coming from men in regards to women, dog, y'all need fucking help. Y'all are insanely disgusting and a bunch of yuck mouth bitches. So this is coming from Puerto Rican. He says, this is a celebrity trial. None of the women involved would look twice in their direction. So imagine if they speak like this about them, who they view women they come into contact with every day. I guess he meant how they view women. I never get into Twitter conversations, but bro, let people feel how they feel. Some people going to ride for Meg, some people going to ride for Tory. Nothing about the whole case is going to affect any one of us. Don't try to play the get love from the women card. So you have a lot of white knight simps out here trying to shame men because all we're doing is looking at the evidence. It's not even about shaming Meg. It's about looking at the evidence and looking at the inconsistencies of her story since day one. Okay, she lied to the police. She lied about sleeping with Tory. She even lied about the sequence of events that occurred during that night. Tory shouldn't have put himself in the situation, and he should be held accountable. But I mean, we will have to see what he's sentenced to. What's crazy about the Megan Tory case is that Megan wasn't going to prosecute until he started lying on her. Karma is a bitch. So there you have it. But I'm trying to figure out where he lied, because he just said he was caught up in a situation between two bitches. It was a love triangle. So he really didn't lie. Y'all was going to use the court case as y'all proof of the whole Meg and Tory thing, but now it didn't fit your narrative. You can't trust the system. And that is a good point, though. There were a lot of people who were ready to go ahead and say, hey, Tory didn't shoot Meg and he's not guilty. He was just guilty of the possession. A lot of people had a theory that and some media outlets reported that he was found not guilty. I haven't said much about the Megan Tory thing, but justice was served, and I love to see it. Okay. These men are showcasing their dislike for black women over the Meg and Tory situation. Why is this white man so comfortable disrespecting black women in regards to Tory? Okay. Let's see what, and this is a troll page, so I don't really know how she is coming to the conclusion that he's white, but let's read it. But you're talking smack about Indians crazy because you black. I don't like Asians. Reveal more. Try again. How else do you feel about black people? I like my white gals. Black guys as friend are probably the coolest friends. Black females, on the other hand, just scream. Think they top shit. Think they relevant. Think they are celebs. All you need to know. And she says, or anything else? Do you even speak English? Nah, I speak French. See how stupid you sound? Sure. You done? That's why you black females think you top shit. I'd knock your shit if you had the balls to talk to me to my face. Wow. So, I mean, I don't know how she knows that he's white. It looks like his profile picture is a cat and 2 feet. So I really don't know how she came to that conclusion. But anyways, that was an interesting little thread there. A lot of y'all are using Meg and Tory to protect and feud gender wars fuel, I guess she meant, within the black community. This Meg and Tory shit showing all the men that hit women. Okay. Also, this was Megan Tory back in early 2020. So how is it that Megan was secretly creeping with Tory, but they're doing all of this in public spaces? Yeah. I mean, after this photo, it was obvious that they were fucking. All this is not the text you send to apologize for fucking 2 friends. Let's really use our brains. So a lot of the people are, I don't know what the hell this video is. I guess this is them together, or is she twerking on them? But a lot of people are using this text thread where he says, 7-minute phone died at 3 minutes out. Meg, I know you probably never go and talk to me again, but I genuinely want you to know I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. And I was just too drunk. Nonetheless, shit should have never happened, and I can't change what did. I just feel horrible. So, I mean, this isn't necessarily an admission of guilt, but this is what they're trying to use to condemn him. He didn't apologize for anything specific. And with the narrative that we have now, we understand that there was an argument in the car about Tory Lanez revealing the fact that he was smashing Meg and Kelsey. And then the girls got in an argument and they ended up getting into a fight. So that text thread could be an apology for, starting that argument, starting that fight. But like I said earlier, they all were engaged in the fight. So as you can see, people are going ham in the comments. I mean, I just thought it was super interesting to go. I really don't have much else on this. Situation. Let's see. Okay. This is a woman breaking it down. Let's listen to her point of view.
So he goes on to say that what he heard was arguing. He woke up, he went outside, he looked out the window to see that it was a fight going on. He said it was a violent fight. So then he had his son there. His son was there at the house as well. So then he steps out on his balcony or whatever it is, his overview. And he was able to see Megan and Kelsey fighting. I'm going to detail about this whole situation right here in just a second. But he saw Megan and Kelsey violently fighting. And asked him, well, who was anybody else outside when they was fighting? He said no. It was just, he described two women. He said the two women out there fighting. He didn't know them by name. And so once they were out there fighting, he said one of the women went into the car, grabbed what he thought was some sort of light, and started. He thought, it couldn't have been a gun, so maybe it's fireworks. But then he heard the shot. So they asked him.
And this is the testimony of the only eyewitness there, the only independent eyewitness. And he's saying that the woman went to the car and shot the firearm.
Again, what did you see? Like, did you hear the shots before anybody got out the car? Or did you hear the shots prior to? He said, I heard the shots prior to anyone getting out of the car. So I'm just sit there here. So right then and there, you can confirm that the first person that shot the gun and even grabbed the gun was Kelsey.
Yeah.
And he said that the fight was like so violent that the person who was quote unquote pretty much winning the fight is the person who then went and got the gun. And he described Megan as just kicking or trying to kick or whatever, but I guess Kelsey was beating her up. Not that that's important, but that's what he was saying. And then he said, after the shots went off, is when he described him as the smaller guy got out the car, and it seemed as though he grabbed the gun and he shot it up in the air. So from what I understand and what people are saying is that when you shoot the gun up in the air, you're doing it, you're trying to empty out the clips. But what they
all right, so that's her point on the matter. I mean, look, if the only independent witness basically said that Kelsey shot Meg, that's what I think is the reality. Now you're starting to question, hey, should Tory Lanez have testified? Should he have testified? And I think he probably should have and told the whole truth. But because of hip hop and snitching and whatnot, he would have been labeled a snitch if he would have cleared his name. So that's the reality of the situation. I think that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to cover this briefly. I've got some things to do for the rest of the day. So, man, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you comment right after the video. Like the video, share the video, support the channel, hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App. This is another demonetized live stream. So you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Black Gen Z Mindset, aka Janquavius Jackson, aka BGZM News 17. Guys, cop the merch. Also subscribe to the backup channel. And you already know what it is. We out. Peace. Merry Christmas.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pocket.
Y'all killing me with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more
shit
do
off.
you want from me?
Oh, look at Daddy.
He's not my grandma.
Really, Ava?
He's not. My dad's in jail and they miss him.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.